Well, I hope you enjoy the last of our videos of the Salt Lake over there in South Australia at Mount Ive. I've got to admit, it's been a wonderful experience going over there and watching people from 97 years of age right through to 15 and 16-year-olds racing on the dry lakes, and watching just how people work together and that kind of camaraderie and that relationship that they foster. They actually call it the Salt Lake Fever, and it's been pretty special, particularly the US team, and with Marlo and Corey and Rob and Mike Brixton, who owns that Mastic. Pretty impressive people. To the average everyday Australian, you know, that takes their bike out there and races it. Also want to thank Phil. You'll see him in this video, and his dad. Awesome stuff. Gave me this book. Can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it in terms of the E-Type Jag. So really good read. It's fascinating just to watch the history of the dry lakes racing over there. So I hope you enjoy this video. This is the last of the series.
Thank you.
So, what was his average then?
His average was
3, 4.
What are we expecting? We know what they're expecting? To win?
44.
142?
You got it.
142.
So they never called it over on the speaker?
They didn't call the run at all. Called the one before,
So that's
the one after.
that beats the record.
Depending on who's in there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is what we want anyway.
Yeah.
I have to go to impound, don't I? Come on.
Yeah. Enjoy the record.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Let's have a look.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What does it say?
142.68.
There you go. Let's
Any use? None of his own.
I reckon this time with the arse wind we're going to get about 165, I reckon.
I'll listen to, because I'll have the mic on here.
Yeah.
So this bloke here's doing, he's got a Harley Davidson nitrous, and he's heading for 160 miles an hour. Wow, record run. We'll listen out for him when it comes over the speaker on his. And he doesn't look like a young fella either.
Ah, 65 kilos of him.
You know about how old is he?
73.
73?
Yeah.
And you're doing this?
74.
74.
74.
My inspiration is Peter Morsley.
Peter
He's 96
96.
and he's racing.
He's racing now this weekend.
Well, that's just that. Well, I hope it goes well for you, sir. That is impressive.
Okay, just getting up.
You have a good ride.
Just coming up perfect. Once it hits that first.
boys, there you go.
Can I give you that for a second, mate? Thank you. Which way? Yeah, can I get you in front, please, mate? We'll have to Photoshop the aeroplane out, but you know.
Oh, well,
And you've got the Crocs as well. Fantastic. Yes.
you gotta get one of that in the background, mate.
Yeah. Can I get you on this side, Ari? And then you're gonna need to.
Some good photos like that. Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Can I get half the half step back? Touch your toes and then do a flip. Yeah.
It's alright to take a shot of your car, mate?
Go for it, mate.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah. So Wayne, I know you got places to be, people to see, but this is actually just really cool. Much better, Ari.
Wait. Yeah.
Oh, you want me in the shot?
No,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Just
If I give you this.
move your shadows.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a
sorry.
photographer, but I.
Yeah, no, you're right.
that.
This one.
Keep going, brother. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
This way, this way.
That's an awesome car you got there, mate. Fifth, 5, focus on the gears, get yourself up. Got your tacho on?
Yeah.
Yep.
When I start, will it?
Yep. You did a 142 yesterday. What are you going to do today? What are you going to try and achieve now?
152.
152. Well, good luck.
I hope. Oh well, I'm just going to give it everything.
Yes.
See what happens, eh?
Yeah.
Could do everything or nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to run in first anyway.
Everything going on all right?
Oh yeah, I ended up beating the record.
Oh, good. What's that? How fast is that?
I done 142.
Oh, good.
But I didn't back it up.
Oh, didn't you?
I fucked it up.
Made a mistake.
Fucked it up.
Yeah, you can do that, mate.
The whole thing from here to there.
There's a lot of things that happen.
No one to blame but me.
Yeah, join the club.
yours.
Next vehicle is 188.
It went at 165.792 miles per hour. At the 5 mile mark, it's catching up speed to 229.694 miles per hour. At the 5 mile exit, it's gone 232.558 miles per hour.
232.
So the run for that one, so at the 5 mile mark, for the Michael Brixton Streamliner driver for the target 550 is 229.694 miles per hour.
There's just warm up there.
Yeah.
You think he would have got at least 300?
That's a microphone.
Yeah, it's technology.
My head right? Well, put your hat on.
You're going back out here on the lakes, here at Lake Gardner, and I've had the wonderful privilege to interview a family around Jags and records that they've got here on the lake. I'll get and introduce Phil, and I'll get him to tell his story with his dad and his brother-in-law Brad as well. So no further ado, I'll introduce them. So Phil, just a quick introduction about who you are and your family that you've got here.
Right, Chris, so I'm Phil Shepherd. This is my dad, Alan. We call him AJ, and my brother-in-law, Brad. And we're Team Shep. So from about 2007 to 2015, we competed out here in an old 1962 E-type Jag.
Yep.
Dad bought the Jag a bit broken up and fixed it. The car's pretty famous in WA. It's from WA. It was imported brand new. It won the 1964 6-hour race at Caversham. It then turned into a daily driver. Pretty much after that, Dad took it kind of circuit racing. He's done Panama to Alaska rally in it. He's done Targa Tasmanias, a whole bunch of stuff. Dad and Uncle Boyd came to the Salt in 2005 on their way home from the East Coast to the West Coast, saw the Salt Lake and thought this is a pretty good place to see how fast the old E-type can go. And over the years we set the record and then reset the record in 2015 to 170 mile an hour, which we still hold. These are the only 3 drivers that ever got to drive the car. We're immensely proud of the old man and his car and what it's done, because they're all got a few years on them, Chris.
Yeah.
You know.
So just quickly then, Phil. So your dad is how old are you now?
88.
88.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're no spring chicken, and you're doing pretty well, which is really good. It's great to see.
Thank you.
And so, Brad, what do you think about the lake? What's your kind of experience with it?
Oh, just get the opportunity to come down here, you know, see motorsport, I suppose, in a different aspect to anything that you'll ever see. You know, you go drags is one thing, circuit racing another thing. Here's just a little bit different, you know. There's nothing the same. There's no 2 people the same. There's no 2 vehicles the same. I think that's part of the attraction for me.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if you damage something, the bloke next to you, he'll open his tackle box and say, here's a hook and a sinker, or whatever you need, sort of thing. And we've been in a situation where we've been able to help, and obviously people have helped us too. So I believe it's quite a good community to come out here. Everyone supports you.
And for Dad, what's the you've obviously travelled the world and you've done a few things in your car. What do you think of the lake itself in terms of the salt quality, the fact that we can come out here in Australia and do this compared to other places in the world?
Right, well, it's pretty unique, really, and the way they're going and some of their other tracks where they run like this, they're having trouble. Yeah, I reckon in South Australia, it could be a world place for people to come to break records.
And you've seen the US here with their Target 550 and all that. I just noticed on your shirts you've got the Jaguar Car Club WA. Where are you based in, Phil?
Well, I live in Albany, Dad lives in Perth, and Brad lives in Albany.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And you're the representatives of the Jaguar Car Club, or?
Dad is the patron of the Jaguar Car Club at WA now.
And when did that get established?
Well, the Jaguar Car Club, 70s?
I thought it was 60s. But
okay, 60s.
Yeah.
He'd remember because Brad and I weren't born.
Born then, Chris. Yeah. Well, at 88, you're just a couple of years older than my dad.
Right.
And he was born in the 30s. So,
Yes.
so I know where you're coming from. And so what are you doing now? You're here, you're obviously not racing, so what's the plan?
We basically dropped in to say good day to our mates, Terry Coles, and the WA competitors that we've known, because like Brad said, the people at the Salt, after the first year of having a bit of a giggle that we've got a Pommy sports car and it wasn't a V8 and things like that, and we obviously started knocking off speed. It is a pretty unique looking car, so most people recognised what it was. It was entirely unique because no one had ever seen it on the Salt Lake. But yeah, with the success that kind of came along, so Dad wanted to come back and see some of his friends.
Yep. Because
yes, they are getting a bit long in the tooth.
Yep.
But we're off to Phillip Island to compete in the Phillip Island Classic Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And who's driving? And who? That's you,
Me,
Phil?
Chris.
Yeah. So just by way of background, what's your, you got trades? Are you a businessman, or how did you, from your younger days, grow up and become what?
I grew up on a farm.
Yep.
Dad moved to Perth. None of us have formally trained in mechanics or fluid dynamics or aerodynamics or anything, Chris.
So garage built.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think garagistas is what Enzo Ferrari referred to as, people that just messed around and then went and beat his world-class Ferraris. But but obviously a wealth of experience because of what kind of Dad's done and where he's done it.
Yeah, because I was one of the first to run a Jag on Speedway.
Yeah.
A Jag motor on Speedway. Yeah.
So what's it like you, Phil, particularly yourself, and obviously Brad, you're coming into the family, travelling around with your dad, he's 88 years old, you get to do this kind of thing.
Oh, fantastic, Chris, but obviously it takes a little bit more time now he's got to 88.
Yeah.
You just...
It still looks like he's got a bit of a spring in his
he
step
does.
still.
But it's a small spring now, Chris. It was a quicker spring a few years ago.
Yeah.
But absolutely outstanding opportunity.
Yeah.
Dad started this. The least Brad and I can do is kind of keep that going.
Yep.
It's not too much of a task.
No.
Chris sitting in a car and doing a bit of steering, and out here there's not much that involved really.
And I must thank yourself, Phil, and Brad and your dad and that, or you actually gave me a book. I'll actually present the book in the video, and I'll show the Jag that's on the front cover on the lake here as part of that, so all the audience can see what we're talking about in terms of the Jag. So thank you very much for having a chat to us. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you, and it's people like you guys that get people the salt fever, as they say.
Yes.
And that community that's going will last for generations to come.
Chris, the best thing about this place is you run what you brung. I don't necessarily understand some of the vehicles that are here, but I was always very proud of what we did, And obviously you drive through the pits, everyone knows what you've done and they'll give you a clap too.
Yep.
So even if, you know, they're nothing to do with you, we celebrate everyone's success, which makes this year a family, a community, whichever term.
And just my last point for the benefit of the audience, I've just got a comment on your hat there, Phil. It looks like it's seen the wars just quietly. Where's that from?
Well, the Salt Lake killed it, Chris, and I will show you. It has been repaired. Just a little bit of leather glove.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, no.
So that's a Salt Lake victim.
Yes, and it had to come back to the Salt Lake because I'm pretty sure Phillip Island they're going to tell me to go and get a
new one.
hat.
No.
But thank you, Chris.
No, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for the book as well. I look forward to having a good read of it, and I'll certainly share that with the audience as well as I flick through the pages of all the awesome images that show the Jag. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a really good wash up of behind the scenes, some amazing people, lots of interesting characters that obviously attend the Salt Lake, and looking forward to 2026. Where am I from here? Well, I'll just turn the camera around. I'll just give you a bit of a taste. Built the patio, or shelter I should say, for the caravan. So I'll be putting that up in the next couple of weeks, and then from there. But we've got some good news. Got a big trip planned in from Perth to Cape York. My wife is going to be jumping in with our son. He's got a Land Cruiser. Wayne and Cheryl, who you've seen on the YouTube, they're also taking their Ram, so we'll be looking at that on the big trip as well. And I'll also be meeting my brothers in Cairns. So that's going to be an absolute cracker of an adventure with the family and friends from Perth to Cape York and back again. Anyway, enough said. Enjoy, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.